Today I wanted to talk about S2IT's What I Want, but more specifically their music video. The company Monster Brain debuted them with What I Want, and the way the MV was made was really amazing, which showed me again that budget doesn't matter as much as creative direction. S2IT shot their MV in what looked to be an amusement park type of place, and you can see that the whole MV was just that one location. But what makes this MV a good MV is the fact that they shot in the one location utilizing whatever they could of the location. The coloring, the lighting and such of the MV gave the MV a soft look matching the cute innocence of the song, which is great because of minors being present in the group, and we don't need minors being sexualized or doing concepts more mature that are supposed to be for adults. The MV also had some really nice edits added in, that didn't look cheap or ugly, which I hate about some Nugu MVs like in Solia's Dream. And in Nue's Soldier. For example, where the edits are just horrible, and that's why I love edits like the ones in What I Want that don't seem out of place, and are put at the right moments, also matching the song's aesthetic as well. We can't have an MV that was made to look soft in the coloring and innocent, but then we add some extremely heavy bright colors that ruin the MV, like when we use our phone in the dark and it's at full brightness hurting our eyes that we have to lower the brightness. I also love the lighting of the MV, which was great because they had scenes shot outside in daylight under the bright sun, and darker scenes with less lighting, and so, having scenes shot in bright daylight, there are chances of your scenes possibly coming out too bright that it makes the scenes in the MV also come out too bright, and maybe you won't be able to see what's going on in the scene. Also, with the darker scenes having chances of you not having enough lighting for the scenes, and so the scenes come off too dark. It was not the case for this MV, and S2IT made it work. I really love that despite them using one location, they did so much paired with the dance scenes and edits that gave the MV an MV feel with how perfectly it was edited, and not just the MV coming off as random clips added together. The company took the time and care into this MV and made sure it came out good, and this is why I appreciate it so much, because it's yet another Nugu smaller budgeted MV that shows me that the lack of budget for an MV won't hold you back. If you find a great free or cheap location, or maybe even utilize popular locations used by many groups to shoot MVs, especially Nugus using these locations, like Paradise Diner.
불확실한 우주 새까만 밤이야 순간 날 덮쳐 all the light
The blue wall background place.
처럼 하던 대로 모두 다 자꾸만 대답해줘 이제 말해봐 왜
불 위에 물처럼 자꾸만 끌어 올라 태워 날 숨쉬는 것도
Frozen in my memory It's pain and love, pain and love
The round building location.
너를 든 그 순간 맺지 못하는 실 벗어나려 할수록 더 숨이 막혀와
매일 꿈꾸던 그 얘기들이 언젠간 내 시간 속에서 길목에서 날 기다리고 있을까.
Etc. For example, then you're set. All you need from that point onwards is a good enough camera where the scenes are not shaky, with good shot scenes, including dance performance scenes, solo member and group scenes, no scenes too bright or too dark, not focusing too much on one scene, etc. Knowing how to edit all those scenes shot together as one cohesive video, adding some edits if needed, and not the cheap-ass looking ones, and also matching the aesthetic of the MV with the vibes of the song. We can't have MVs like UIU's debut song MV for Starlet, where the song is princess vibes, the outfits are also princess vibes, but the MV was shot in this basement or warehouse or whatever it's supposed to be that fits a baddie or hip-hop sound a lot more. And then finally, once that's all done, you're done with the MV. Time and time again, we have smaller budgeted groups showing us that money doesn't make the MV, but the creative direction does, and S2IT is just another great example to show us that. I don't care if an MV is low budget and the camera doesn't look that great, because if the MV came out amazing, then why should I call the MV cheap when the company is trying their best? Companies are more amazing to me when they try their best, and not ones who are lazy and just shoot a dance performance video and call that an MV, like White Days Shine on Light, or an MV where the members are just in one scene and nothing else happens throughout the MV, like the singing girls is This Night. Also, especially not a company using AI for the MV completely, like NX Mercy's Burn the Blue. Instead of making a simplistic member shot MV, are using some AI in the MV even if the MV was human made, like UDTT's Viper. There have been MVs that show potential from multiple Nugu companies. Besides S2 It's What I Want, there's Floria's Chitty Chitty, Kitten Girls' You Me Us, Prism's Chalk, Florus's Do Not Forget It, and Girl Kind's Psycho For You. Some examples amongst others, that show that multiple companies have made great small budget MVs. So what's stopping others from trying instead of just resorting to having AI in the MV, or making the MV a boring dance performance clip, or a boring MV that is just one scene but nothing else happens? If the company is debuting a group, then they should present the group as someone worth checking out. There's no point in debuting a group where people will end up hating on the group for coming off as cheap. And the hating on the group for being cheap is only because many K-pop stans only listen to bigger budgeted labels with millions invested into the group and their music, and so the MVs look expensive simply for the money the company has. Anyone who doesn't fit that expensive of a budget gets hated on because K-pop stans want expensiveness, not creativity. And you can't even tell me that it's not true, because there are shorts on YouTube that you can search up, where the creator shares cheap versus expensive MVs of bigger budgeted label groups. So budget does matter more to a lot of K-pop stans than creativity. Anyways, tying back to my main point about S2IT and smaller budget labels, they're just another group that has shown us that budget will never hold a group back from making a great MV. The company making an MV for their group just needs to invest in a good enough camera, and have someone who knows how to make an MV, and they're all set. There's no need for the paying of props and other such things, since the location may already have them, and if not, then props can be brought from the company itself or from the home of the members or whomever is shooting the MV. There's also no need in paying so much for a video editor as well, because companies can also invest in paying a subscription fee for a good video editor if they want to buy the full pro version, and that subscription can be available for some time before having to pay the subscription fee again. So all in all, I feel like the most the company will have to spend would be to upkeep the subscription fee of the video editor, at least that's what I think, in terms of the MV alone, not talking about the music accompanied with it, and besides that, everything else is basically available if you find the right places and know someone to shoot the MV knowing what to do. Smaller budgeted companies will always be proof that loads of money doesn't always lead to a good MV, since bigger budgeted MVs can be expensive with nothing to remember, and people only remember the MV for, whoa, that's an expensive MV, and smaller budgeted companies can be smaller budgeted and still come off as something people can praise because the company tried hard on their small budget and made something memorable.
Shining through the night. Baby